Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Okay, so in last class yesterday, we learned about how to color using small strokes. So we don't have to learn do big coloring. Even if you are using paint brushes, if you are using dry mediums, sketch pens, anything, your stroke should be really small. Okay. Second thing we learned is about importance of coloring unidirectional, and we suggest that kids should go sleeping lines. Now, one question a lot of kids ask me, a lot of people, adults ask me, that why you are just promoting sleeping lines? Why not we can fill it with standing lines or diagonal lines? Absolutely. You can achieve the same result if you're using stand-in lines or diagonal lines. It has to be unidirectional. But why I am promoting sleeping lines? Because a lot of people draw like this, which is not a good posture of drawing. A lot of people, they have to excel in sketching later on in the shapes. So the movement which we have to practice is like this. Okay, we have to make a habit to use our hand like this, because there will be a lot of things which we are doing in the sketching with this movement. So each and everything which I teach here, each and every rule which I teach here is not just a rule. It has years of research and practical implementation. Okay, so that's why I promote sleeping line, is because if a kid or an adult or a student master or practice sleeping lines, later he or she will see its advantages when they are sketching, when they are shading, when they are doing minute detailing, when they are doing some minute and fantastic works. Okay, so let's move on today. Today, I'm trying something new so that people can see it better, look at better, because in yesterday's lesson there was a lot of light problem, and it was a mirror stream. So what I was doing upside was looking top to you, what we were seeing top I was doing the it upside down. So little issues, so we'll improve over time, and as I said, doing is more important, and we will improve in time. So let's open the presentation. Sure. So I am trying a live share. See if it's working or not. Yes, it's working. And let's present full screen. So the first thing which we are learning is we are learning how to uh, master coloring, some tips of coloring. Okay. And we looked types of colors, like okay, we have oil pastels, we have sketch pens, we have markers, we have brush pens, we have a lot of things. Okay, but this six rules sticks with all the mediums. Okay, and we will do one rule, two rule daily, and at the end of all the six rules we have a beautiful color song which you all will love, and that will tame your mind to use those rules and tame your hand. Your mind will send signals to your hand, and your hand will move in the correct way to give you good and fantastic results on the paper with colors. So let's start being imaginative, being creative. So every child, every adult, every person is an artist. So don't think that, okay, I have not done art anytime, I have not done drawing, I have done it long ago, how can I resume it? You can do it. Okay, we already discussed that. Oh, so first two rules we did yesterday was small strokes and small strokes and sleeping lines. So just a quick recap, small strokes and sleeping lines. Okay. Now, how we do it? Short recap. Okay, short recap that if we do small stroke sleeping lines, we get results like this. Okay, now let's move to this. Today's rule is no white space. Okay, what happens is when we uh, color. Okay, a lot of kids, even after using small strokes and sleeping lines, What they do is they color lot of gaps and white spaces. So see, here we are using small strokes and sleeping lines. Okay, but still we are getting lot of places where there are white spaces. Okay, so let me go to the correct place which will showcase white spaces. So as you can see, if we color by small stroke sleeping lines, your work looks really neat, your work looks really good. Okay, now let's get to the page where the person is coloring with lot of white spaces. So I'm using small strokes, I'm using sleeping lines, but still see lot of white spaces I'm getting. So we have to make sure, we have to tell our mind that mind send signal to my hand in a way that I create the least possible white spaces. Okay, so I have to create the least possible white spaces. And if we create the white spaces, what we do, there are two ways of handling that. Either I use the same color and color over it, okay, which I'm doing here. I'm using the same color and coloring over it and covering all the white spaces I have created. Okay, so first you have to do it in small strokes, then you have to watch for sleeping lines, then you have to watch for no white space. Now, the second technique is you can use some lighter or darker shade of the same color. So here it's green, so I'm using different shades of green to cover the white spaces. So that will give you a shading effect. So if you create white spaces, no worries. Mistakes are bound to happen. Mistakes will happen. Don't get afraid out of mistakes. That's the biggest learning, okay? Don't fear, don't get afraid of mistakes. Do it because there are ways of fixing your mistakes. So how we'll fix it? In two ways: doing it again with the same color, or doing it again with different tones, different shades of the same color. So this is today's rule: no white space. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. Okay, so how was today's rule? Tell me. It is no white space. Now, I'm keeping the lessons super simple and super short because one of the major problem of today's era is screen time. We are constantly looking on the screen. So let's make doing art a lifestyle and not any heavy time taken burden. 10 minutes you can take out of your working life, study life, school life, home life, any life. Okay, so keep yourself updated with all my live session, all my video. Interact with me, come up with contradictory questions, come up with appreciations, I love it, come up with motivations, give me different avenues to share my knowledge to more and more people. So I say we have to develop our creativity. Creativity is the top skill for the coming next 20 years. So build your creativity. The era is changing in a beautiful way. We are soon gonna go into the golden era and we'll embrace it with creativity. So let's do a quick recap. Three rules: small strokes, small strokes, not long coloring. Sleeping lines, sleeping directions, not coloring in all the directions, and no white space. Watch for white space. So, how we sing when we do? So, take your favorite color paper or draw something favorite. If you don't like drawing, ask your parent or carer to draw it for you. Draw something or take a coloring paper of your choice and then start coloring and start saying small strokes, sleeping lines, no white space. 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 Good job.